thought about it for a while. So I can either give up Shakeology, something I've enjoyed and consistently done day after day, which for me is abnormal. I don't stick with anything day after day. I need change. So I can either give that up, or I can finally make a decision to put myself out there and try to make a go at this to see if I can, supplement my Shakeology and at least be able to keep going with something that I like, while maybe helping reach out to a couple other new people.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, like I have a bunch of different coaches, and I just like to see like on the other end of maybe what kind of switched and what made you decide to jump on to do the whole coaching thing. So that's great.
Thanks.
Awesome. Okay, so I did have an idea planned for what I wanted to talk about tonight, but I like went out today and just had like a me day, and then of course I get home at 3:00 and then all the kids are home, and then I was like, oh my God, why did I not do anything productive today? Because now I have a million things to do. So my whole hopes of like sitting down and making this nice team call full of amazing information, that went out the window. But I do have some things to talk about, and if anyone wants to like ask any questions tonight, or we can just have a very informal chit chat, that's cool too. But I'm just really excited about this month. I think this month is going to be, I can feel something in the team, and I just think it's going to be really, really awesome. And yes, I'm saying that because I'm 2-star today, so of course I'm excited and pumped up. But honestly, I do just feel sort of a different vibe a little bit. Like last month was it was hard. I kind of was in a little bit of a rut in the beginning of the month, so I felt like kind of a little like, oh, like this just isn't going as fast as I want it to go. And I'm just feeling sort of more positive this month. And I have a group of new coaches, and Jessica's one of them. And I just feel really good about these girls. Like it's just a really great group. And I find if you can sort of get coaches, like new coaches started in groups, even if there's just a couple of them, it makes such a difference just having that support and being able to put them all, like I have them all in a message thread right now so that we can all just kind of chit chat amongst one another. And it really helps, I think, for the culture. And I don't know, it's just sometimes easier than just starting one coach on their own, which I mean, is inevitable. You're going to have to do that. I've done it many times and it works, but just having a group is just kind of inspiring and almost easier in a sense. And what I sort of did, and this isn't saying that I like conned anyone into signing up, but what I was doing, a few weeks ago is anyone that I've talked to about the coaching opportunity, I was letting them know that we have this awesome Coach Basics starting in a couple weeks. And I already have a couple brand new coaches that are ready to start, and that I am looking for others that want to start too. So it's almost like the way we invite to a challenge group. Like, I'm starting this challenge group and I've got these women that are ready to crush their goals for summer. Does that interest you? Are you interested in doing that? So I've been sort of inviting to the coaching opportunity that way as well, because it's inviting, right? Like I've got a couple other girls that are starting brand new as coaches, and I'm getting them into the training, and I think you'd fit in really well with us. Is it still something you're thinking about? Because we sort of always have that list of people who we're chatting to about the coaching opportunity and have never really said no, but have never said yes. That's sort of a way to go back to them and get some interest, when the new Coach Basics is popping up. And it sort of creates that little bit of urgency for people, right? Like, oh, the challenge group is starting next week. It creates urgency. And same with the Coach Basics. You can sort of create urgency around that. So it doesn't always work, but it is sort of a good way to invite that way. So yes, I'm excited just about the new coaches that are joining us. And I know that Sonia's been adding some coaches, and she's already at Success Club. I think she said 8 tonight or 6. Like, it's crazy. So she is just like, when that girl decides to to do something, she does it, and she moves at lightning speed, and I have no doubt she's going to be diamond very, very soon. So that is awesome. Okay, so I just wanted to just touch a little bit on the whole rank advancement. And, you know, obviously I feel like it's everywhere right now, this whole Megan's 2-star. It could just be because I'm tagged in like a million posts sort of all over Beachbody world. It probably doesn't seem like that for the average person, but that is sort of why hitting your first rank advancement or the next rank advancement is so exciting, because you get this day, like even if it's for reaching emerald, you get that day of recognition and you're sort of put on the spotlight, and it's super exciting for you. And I just can't tell you enough how awesome it is for your business even to hit that next rank advancement. Even if it's emerald, like that is such an exciting day for a brand new emerald coach to be recognized on our team and from Beachbody. And what it does is all the people that have been watching you and seeing your posts, and, you know, we always have those people in our life that are sort of like watching us going, what is she doing? Like, here's another one posting her workout and her shake. Oh, here we go, right? Like that's what people say when they see us. Like Facebook has become this network marketing platform. And so we're seeing every single day new people starting something, whether it's, you know, Wraps or Beachbody or 31 or Scentsy. Like, I mean, it's constant, right? These women announcing their businesses. So here we are. Here's another one being a Beachbody coach. Like, it's exactly like that. And that's what some people think. And that's inevitable. That happens. And especially with women, right? But what happens is when you hit a rank advancement, it sort of like makes them step back a little bit and be like, oh, well, shit, she's actually doing something with this. Like, she's not just posting about her workout, and she's actually helping someone or making money, or she's doing something rather than just posting on Facebook about her workout. So it gives you credibility big time hitting that rank advancement. And no one knows what emerald means or diamond means or 2-star means. They have no clue. I'm getting messages from people like congratulating me on this, and some people even said like, oh my gosh, it's amazing, you'll be able to stay at home even more. Like, they think that today I all of a sudden got a bucket load of money or something, right? Like they have no idea what that means, no clue. But it looks like it means something big, which it is. Any rank advancement is something big, but what the general public, they don't know what. It's just something. So if you are like getting close to advanced ranking, getting to your next rank advancement, I mean, just get there. It is going to change your business. It's going to change your confidence, because all of a sudden you are going to act like that emerald coach, or you're going to act like that diamond coach. And it's just going to change everything for you, for your confidence, your business, the way you talk to people. It will change things. And it's a decision. You just need to go for this. If you are not an emerald yet, I mean, you can get to emerald in 24 hours. Like, you can get there. There's no reason why you cannot. It's just having some conversations with people who are even really close to you and getting them on board. That's a very simple thing to do, is get to emerald. Diamond obviously takes a little bit more work, but again, it's just a decision, and it's just chatting with people and sharing what you're doing and letting them know that they can do it too. And before you know it, you're sort of growing this little team. And trust me, like, I used to see Michelle do the same sort of little talks that I'm doing, and I would look at her and say like, yeah, well, it's never going to happen for me. Like, it's never. Maybe I'll sign some discount coaches, but I'm never going to find someone that actually wants to do what I'm doing. Like, I'm not kidding you. Those thoughts were constantly present in my head. And I never, ever imagined that I would hit diamond, let alone 2-star, or have a team where, like, a call where I've got like, I don't know how many people are on this call, 11 people on a call on a Thursday night, right? Like, I didn't know that this was even possible, or that I would do it, or that people would want to do it with me. So if you guys have those thoughts, like, that's what's holding you back right now, 100%. So as soon as I sort of let those thoughts go and really started like, you know what, I can do this, and why can't I do this? Because that's what every single top Beachbody coach has felt like. That they've all felt like that. It's just they kept doing it and just went for it anyway. So like, I just, it mind boggles me, because I can't believe that this has actually happened, and that this silly little Fit to Be a Mama page that I started up so that I could like not eat shit when I was pregnant. That's all it was. I just wanted to like make sure I did my yoga while I was pregnant and it didn't eat crap. That's what it was. That's all it started as. And then it just slowly took over, right? So you all can do this, like nothing stopping any of us. So I just want you guys to make sure that you always have that belief. If this is something you want to push for, you have to have that belief that you can do that. And like, you can be where I am, you can be where Michelle is, 100%. Okay. The other, I had a couple little notes I just jotted down. There's one thing I want to talk about, but I might wait till the very end. My whole call, what I wanted to talk about was sort of like the inviting process, and how we have conversations with people, and I guess sort of going through that process of like them being interested to getting them as a challenger, because that's sometimes a hard process. And, you know, we sort of like maybe don't close the deal like we wanted to, and we didn't get that challenge pack sale. And I hate talking about it as like getting the sale, because of course we all know it's more than that. It's helping the person, but it is essentially getting the sale, getting them to purchase the challenge pack to get them into our challenge group. And that can be a tough process. And you can think like, okay, I've got them for sure, they're in. And then you hear nothing, or they say they don't have any money, yada, yada, yada. But that whole process, like it's changed for me a lot over the couple years, how I've been talking to people. And I think what we need to sort of realize is that process can take a little bit of time. And I know whenever I try and rush that process, it just doesn't work well. Like, we can't expect when someone messages us and says, hey, I'm kind of interested in Shakeology or the challenge group. We can't kind of assume, okay, awesome, they're going to sign up within the next 24 hours. Like, that can take some people a long time to sort of come to the decision. And when we spew too much information on them, it sends them backwards, right? Like, I did this the other night with someone, and it was just a couple nights ago, and she messaged me about Shakeology. And I was thinking like, why am I doing this? I would tell my coaches not to do this, but it was late. It was like 9:45, and I should have just left the message until the morning, but I knew I had a busy day the next day. I'm like, no, I'll just talk to her now. And she seemed like she was gold and like wanted the Shakeology, like gave me all of her reasons why she wanted it. And then of course I was like, okay, well, have you heard much about the All Access Beachbody on Demand? Thinking she was in my support group and had been following me. Like, I just sort of assumed she knew everything I was doing. Well, she didn't. I think she just saw my personal page and it wasn't even in my group. So she was like, what are you talking about, Chick? Like, I just messaged you about Shakeology. That's it, right? But I sort of like launched on her all this information, and she was like, oh, well, what's the All Access? What is that you're talking about? And I like vomited on her because I wanted to go to bed. So I just like spewed all this information out at her, and then she replied back something like, whoa, let me get back to you. I'll have to think about this. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, what? I think I just like blew it, right? Because I gave her way too much information. And I said to her, like, oh, sorry about that. I hope that wasn't too overwhelming. And she wrote back, oh yeah, that was definitely overwhelming. I was just interested in Shakeology. And I was like, oh my God. And it was like, I was embarrassed, right? Like, this just happened a couple nights ago. So if you think that I don't screw things up, I screw things up. So I was like, okay. And I can't even remember. I sent her another message and I've never heard back. Like, I mean, it's only been 2 days, but I haven't heard anything back. So who knows, right? But she was probably like, God, I just wanted a silly shake. And she's trying to like get me into a challenge group and talking about recipes and online cooking shows. And you know what I mean? And I think we sometimes forget like how much information we're throwing at them. And I know for me, I am sort of wanting to give them more information so they totally understand it all. But what I'm starting to realize is we want them to be intrigued about what we're talking about. And like, we want them to ask for more information and just instead of giving it all out on a platter for them to look over. And I know that's my weakness. And I mean, if you look at my scripts that I've shared in the team pages, they're long and they like barf a lot of information out. So I'm trying to sort of reel it all back in a little bit and always lead with the questions. Like if they ask you a question, try and ask them a question, right? Like we want to be sort of in control of the conversation in a non-interviewing kind of way. But the most important thing to do is to find out why it is they're interested. Like that should be one of the very first questions that comes out of our mouth when someone says like, oh, I'm in, like, can you tell me more about Shakeology or tell me more about the 21 Day Fix? It should be, well, what interests you about it? Or what do you know about it? Just getting them to talk more than you, which I sometimes find when I look back at my messages, I was doing a lot more talking than they were. They were giving me like little bits and pieces and I was like paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. So now I know I need to reel it in a little bit and just give them little snippets of things. And I think for me, I'm afraid of losing them. If I say to them a little bit about Shakeology, I'm afraid I'm not going to hear back to them for days. So I would almost rather give it to them all so that they can read through it and sort through it. But I think that could be overwhelming. So I'm just trying to sort of like give them a little bit of information and maybe ask them, like, is that something you can relate to? Or, does that make sense to you? How do you feel about that? Or do you think that could help you? And then when they come back with something, you can say, and then give them a little bit more information. I don't know if this makes sense at all. Does it make sense? Probably would have helped if I planned out this call better, but I think that I have gotten into the habit of using scripts maybe a little bit too much. And now looking back at some conversations, they sound very scripty. And I know you guys all have my scripts too, like I share them, but I almost am trying to like pull back on the scripts a little bit and really just kind of type what I think they need to hear at that moment, because it's different for everybody, right? And some sort of key phrases that I've learned that are really helpful is when you're explaining something and if you can say to them, so what this means for you. So if someone is, trying to like saying that they can't stick to anything and they just have such a hard time waking up in the morning and working out, you could talk to them about the challenge group and how, the women in the challenge group are doing awesome and they're logging their workouts and following a workout calendar. And you could say, so what this would mean for you is that you would have a workout calendar that you could follow, and it would tell you exactly what workout to do each day based on whichever program you choose. And you would be able to log your workout into the app. So what that means is that you would be held accountable. So sort of bringing it back to them. I really like that phrase. So what this means for you. I've been trying to really toss that in, and that's helped a lot with having conversations, because that statement is going to be different for every single person, right? If someone is a new mom, So what this means for you, like what Shakeology means for you, is something different than for the person who, you know, is, I don't know, on the road all day stopping at fast food restaurants. Shakeology is going to mean something different for them. So just really trying to dig in deep to them instead of just getting the challenge pack sold. And I think in our heads too, if we can sort of like envision ourselves as more successful than we are right now. So if you can sort of like imagine yourself a 5-star diamond having these conversations with people, or a 15-star diamond, like what would one of the top coaches, if they were having this conversation with the same person, how would they maybe talk about it? Because they're not hungry for the sale like we are. They're not hungry to get a new coach on their team like we are, because they are successful and they just are naturally doing this, and they're not going after the sale as much as we are, right? We're newbies. So imagine you already are sitting at Success Club 20 and you don't need the Success Club points to meet your goal. Like you're at your goal. So someone messages you today and says they're interested. So you're already at your Success Club goal. You're a 15-star diamond. You are making 20 grand a week. Like, so how do you handle that conversation? You're going to go into it with confidence, and you're not going to rush them. You're going to give them information that they need to hear, and you're going to let them sit on it, and you're going to treat it so much different than if you're a brand new coach and an emerald coach the last day of the month sitting at Success Club 4, right? So if we can sort of kind of train our mind to just think a little bit differently, I think things will just kind of happen easier for us. Okay, so that was sort of like the gist of what I wanted to talk about there, just as far as with conversations, because I think like we are all, like, I think our team is really, really good with our posts. Like our posts are good. Like we're really good at sharing our story. And I think, Jessica, you weren't on our call last week or the week before, but I really talked about like talking to your people. Like if you're trying to help everybody, you're going to help nobody. So you really have to dial in on who it is you're trying to help. And I don't mean like one person specifically, but traits of that person. Like when I create my posts, I am always sort of talking to this fictional person that I've created, and she's exactly who I used to be. So she's a new mom, and you know, she doesn't really have much weight to lose, but she feels really shitty. She never sleeps through the night. She's tired and stays in her jammies all morning drinking coffee. She's unproductive. She just kind of feels like all the time, and just thinks it's because she's a new mom. And there's a team call that I can send you. I went over all that stuff, but basically it's creating posts talking to that person. That is my market, and that is who I'm going to relate to, and those people are going to relate to me. So I think that we do a really good job of talking to our people. So I wonder if in our messages, if we're still doing that good of a job, right? Like, and are we still talking to that person as a person and really listening to what they're going through and what their struggles are and their pain points, and figuring out how we can help them based on what their pain points are. What is it that they're struggling with? Because we offer solutions. And I think that we all have to like really believe that we do. We offer solutions to people. If it's to join a challenge group, we have the solution and we can help them. Like we can really help people change the course of their life. Like it sounds like all like, oh, like bogus, right? But it's true. Like we really can, if we commit to helping them and we give them the tools. It's crazy. Like we actually are changing people's lives. And then if we get them on board as a coach on our team, if they're willing to work for it, they can change their life in a whole complete other way. So we offer an amazing solution. And so we have to go into each conversation feeling good about that and helping them see that. Okay. So that is sort of what I wanted to say. Do you guys have anything you guys want to talk about?
I just have something to add to that, Megan, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how well you can see me in my car office again. After my 9 o'clock shift. I might just be in work mode still, but we had training the other day, and we have to start making these one-page profiles for the people we support. And the 3 things that are on these profiles are what is important to me, what is so great, what's great about me, and how do you best support me. And so as somebody who doesn't really need, support officially, I was like, we're going to do these ones on ourselves as part of the training. I was like, okay. And usually I would sit and stare at it and like have a hard time. But ever since this journey, I just like got a pen and paper on, like within like 2 minutes, I had it full. And then I looked back at it and I was like, wow, this would be great for like, I found it really hard listening to all your calls, and there's all these young moms, and like my son's now 6, and you're like, oh, find a group or find an interest. I'm like, I go to work and I come home and I do this now, and I'm into healthy eating, and I'm into like the recipes and the working out, and that's kind of like my hobby right now. It's like, what else do I have to talk about? I don't really have young kids. I'm not really into like all those mom groups, and so I didn't really think, like, hey, I don't really know where I fit. It's like, what else to talk about? And as soon as I did that page, I was like, okay, well now I know what I need support with, and that's what I can talk about. Like I said, like I'd like to be connected to groups and relationships and try new things, but I also need my alone time to read, and, like what I need. So like, okay, I can talk about, I need that. So I enjoy reading and yoga, and I need those connections. So I can talk about how important connections are. And so it really kind of broke it down into like, who are we, not like what we're into. So that was what kind of clicked for me this week and helped me believe in the process that much more. It's all about just improving yourself, right?
Yeah.
And helping others improve them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you totally said, yeah. That was
and I had you guys couldn't see it today, but I had one of my challengers who, I guess she was like hard sell, if you put it that way, because she thought she was insanely picky and couldn't do the exercises, but she was so interested. And so she signed up, and a week and a half ago she started. My group officially started less than a week ago, but we did a prep week. And she posted just this measuring tape on her table. Like it just spread out on her table. That's all the picture was. And she said, just started my 21-day challenge 1.5 weeks ago, lost 9.5 inches. If that's not motivation to continue, I don't know what is. And that was her post. I'm like, that would be like the perfect coming out post. Like, yeah. Like that was her post, and that's what I woke up to. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's like the perfect.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, that's someone for sure you'd want to talk about.
Yeah.
Coaching opportunity for sure. Like once she feels really good about where she's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Anyone else have anything they want to share tonight?
I will. Mine's not so positive though.
Oh, okay.
Why I'm looking forward to Super Saturday, I guess, just to kind of get, refocused. Yeah, I ended up losing my Emerald status, which is kind of a bummer. And then, I've just been letting things slip. Like I haven't been inviting every day, right? That was one of my goals. But then today, I had like 2 people message me, like one that I've been kind of connecting with, but I've sort of like just stopped bugging her. And so she messaged me saying like, hey, I'm sorry that it's taking me so long to get back to you. Like, I'm interested in the challenge, like in, joining you again and seeing like what it is you have to offer. And then another one that messaged saying like, I've been talking to her since kind of the winter time. like before Christmas anyways. And she was kind of the same thing, like, oh, I'm not interested. So I just kind of like laid off of her. And then she messaged me today as well, more interested in the Shakeology part of it and learning more about it, and is wanting to get it. Like, they haven't got it yet, so I'm not counting my chickens yet, but it was just sort of like what I needed, because it's just been, I don't know, I've just been struggling lately. So it was nice to say, like, to see those messages and be like, okay, like, it is working, you know, like it is working. Or
those no's always eventually come back. Like, they do.
Yeah.
It might take them a year, but they do come back. Are you doing your personal development, Linda?
I am.
Yeah.
Not daily. Like, I am, I guess, but I don't know. Some of the books, like, I keep jumping from book to book because I'm like trying to, I don't know, get the most out of it, right? But
so it sounds like
I think I need a new book.
Yeah, you need to get a book that's going to speak to you, like something that you need help with, right? It serves us no purpose reading books about like things that we're good at or things that we feel good about, because I don't know, it's like, you know, when you were in high school and you were really good at one subject, study that subject all the time. Well, you're already good at it. Study a subject you're not good at, right?
Yeah.
So find something that you are struggling with, whether it's like business related or personal related, and that's what you need to dive into as far as personal development. And you need to just like, commit to it, and just that one book. Like, don't kind of hop from book to book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I've got like 3 on the go. Because I'm like, oh, like the eat the frog one that I've got going, like the procrastinating one. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, like get a little bit of that in, because I need to get like stuff done that I keep putting off. And then I'm reading, like I'm still reading the Get Over Your Damn Self book. And then there's another one that I can't remember. No Excuses too, right? So I just keep kind of hopping between the 3.
Yeah.
But then I'm like sleeping in. I'm not getting up early like I was. You know what I mean? Like I just sort of need to refocus, I guess. So
yeah, this weekend might do that for you, right? Like it always kind of just brings us all back to like what we want, and at the end of the day, you just have to go back to what it is you want out of this and your why and all that cheesy stuff that we talk about, right? But it is so true. Like your why has to be strong enough to make you want to do this and to make you want to get out of bed. Like I do not even hesitate jumping out of bed at 5 a.m. every single morning, because I'm just like, my why is that strong and my belief is that strong, and I'm so like excited to just start the day because my why is so powerful, right? That I'm not willing to let a day go by where I let it slip because my why is strong. So you really need to get a strong, like a really solid why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And it's hard because like, I don't know. I feel like I have one, but my husband's a hater of the whole beach body, right? So it makes it hard, right?
Yeah.
But Linda, I can vouch and tell you I was in the same boat about 3 weeks ago. Like literally was like in the worst, like, I don't know. I didn't feel it. I was working out. I've been like eating right. And I just couldn't get into the whole, like I was messaging and talking and I was doing it every other day. And then I kind of just like got down on myself and literally needed like a pick-me-up. And I would literally woke up one morning, I swear it was last week, a week and a half ago. And I was like, okay, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I want to do it. Like I have the tools to change those feelings, you know, like we all have the tools. It's simple little things, right? And it's like you do them every day. And sometimes you get like frustrated with yourself because you're like, it's so simple that you just don't even want to do it. Right? But I mean, I don't know. I just think that there's so much more. And I think you're doing great too, but like I felt that way for like a whole week, and I just kind of like gave up kind of like, and then I was like, what am I doing? Like, I've worked so hard to just give up on this. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I've put myself out there, like, not that I really have to prove anything to anybody else, but I want to prove it to myself that I can do it. So I feel like you will get there. Like, you just need that, like, that push.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I always think too, like, okay, what would happen if I like stopped this? Like, what if this was all removed from my life? Everything to do with Beachbody. What if that was just non-existent one day? Like, tomorrow I wake up and I am not a coach. I don't have challenge groups. I don't have a team. I don't have any of it. What would my life look like? And it kind of is like scary to me, because it's brought so much value to me in so many different ways. And like, yes, I work hard and I get stressed sometimes, and, you know, it's frustrating, but at the end of the day, like, it is like such a passion of mine. And if it was just up and gone one day, I would like, I'm not sure how I would feel. Like, well, I do know how I would feel, but I'm not sure how my life would sort of feel. Like, it wouldn't feel as good for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder, think about it like that too. Like, if you woke up tomorrow and if you were not a coach anymore, like, would that be a sigh of relief to you? Would you be like, oh, thank God, I don't have to worry about my kids?
Not.
You know, like,
yeah.
It's sort
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It literally, like, it came to me and I was like, oh my God, if I didn't have this, like, what would happen? I would, like, probably fall apart right now. You know? And I was like, I can't. I have to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, too, like, we had that chat about, like, our challenge groups and sort of, like, how to improve. And, like, it sucks. It's like crickets in my challenge group.
Yeah.
Right? So, I don't know.
And even, like, have you implemented some of the changes that we talked about?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, focusing on, like, if somebody in the challenge group is, say, struggling with something, like, doing kind of focusing posts. I think it was Miranda that kind of suggested that, or somebody did, like, doing that. But then it's like that one person that's struggling, like, that's the only reaction that I get from it. Right? Or I don't know. And I'm showing up and I'm posting in it and I'm doing the challenges just like they are.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody's present in it.
You probably just need some new challengers in there, Linda. Like, you just need a new set of people, because that's how I felt in the beginning when I was not really bringing in many people. But now, because I'm bringing in new people every month, like, it's just changing the tune of the whole group. And all it takes is just for a few new people to get in there and shake things up, and it just changes it. So, I mean, yeah, like, until you start building that up with new people, it's probably going to be crickets, because they're not going to all of a sudden just start posting. So it's important for you, I think, for the success of your challenge group, to get new people in there.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's one, and she's like the only one that's kind of active, right? And then the person that kind of referred her, like, she'll kind of show up when she's showing up, right? So
yeah,
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I felt bad, but I, like, went in there and I did a live video about just, like, getting real with them, because, like, they're not, you know, a lot of them are saying, oh, I'm not getting results, or it's not working. And so I just sort of went into, like, I don't know, and maybe it was, I don't think it was too harsh, but it was just like, you know, are you doing everything that you should be doing? And, like, are you checking, kind of like what, you know, you do to us for the coaching part, right? But for the challenge group, right? Just sort of like
tough love.
Kind of, yeah, right? So I don't know, hopefully that will help.
Yeah.
Get people showing up. But yeah, so it's been, I don't know, it's been a struggle, but we'll get there, I guess. And
do you think if you moved things over to the app, like, just to shake things up and change the setting, Like that.
Yeah, I did that, but there's a few people that are that I like that for some reason can't access the app. Like they don't have the technology or their phone or their I don't know to get it. So that's sort of why, because they were two of the main ones that were active in the group.
Oh.
And so with the app, yeah. But I think I might like maybe next group change it up maybe.
Yeah.
Megan, I have a question with that. What do you say to people that can't get the app? Do you just say like, sorry?
I keep waiting for that to happen, but I haven't had anybody, like I've had a couple people not be able to get it because like old challengers, because their phone, like they don't have enough data to download a new app or enough storage, I guess, or their phone's too old. And I was just like, well, like there's a solution to that. Like delete some apps and find room for this app. Like,
but you can't access it from like your computer, right?
No.
Okay.
It's only a phone.
Is it just your phone or can it be an iPad too?
An iPad would work, yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 And one thing that I realized when I did, because this is my first free group that I'm doing right now on the app. And so I'm not getting them to use the Beachbody On Demand. I'm still like posting just like a YouTube workout or whatever. But all of a sudden after they all logged into the app, I logged into my Beachbody account and I had like 19 new customers. Mm-hmm. So everybody that has logged into the app are now my official customers. So that's pretty cool. I was like, oh my God. I thought Beachbody, like, when you get the free leads or whatever, I was like, 19, like, did they mix up something? And then I clicked on it. I was like, wow. So they're automatically now my customers, which I thought was pretty neat.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. There's lots of benefits to the app for sure.
That is cool. So would they, like, let's say they were with a coach already, like if they've done it like in the past, but weren't actively working, would they still show up in your,
no
party lane, or would they not? Like,
no, I think these are like all new people. But I kind of post at the bottom of my post, like those that are not actively working with a coach. Like I don't really want people just in my free group because they just want my recipes, really, right? Like I want new people that aren't working with Megan or like I don't want other people that are working with somebody else. So
yeah, because there's a lot of people that like hop from free group to free group to free group, right? So it's sort of like, yeah, you can, let's say one of Elaine's customers wanted to join my free group on the app and I sent her the invite, she's not going to show up as my customer because she's still Elaine's customer. Even if I send her my link to order Shakeology, she's Elaine's customer. So all those people that you're getting into your free group, they are now your customers. So let's say 3 months from now, they decide, oh, remember that chick Elaine was talking about Shakeology? I might go on the website and buy that. Well, she's going to the website. She's already a customer of Elaine's, even though she doesn't even know she is. But so Elaine will get credit for that and be notified of this sale so she can connect with her and say like, oh, I just saw you bought Shakeology. Like, how's that going?
Yeah. So, how are they automatically a customer of yours? Like just by accepting the link to the app?
Because when you send them the invite for the app, they have to create a Team Beachbody account.
Oh, okay. I don't think I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so do they still have to put in their visa and stuff, right?
No, it's just a free membership. It's not a trial. It's just a free membership. Anyone can get a free membership, and that's different than the free 30-day trial.
Okay. And then this is linked to your coach ID because you sent them the... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so the last thing that I wanted to mention, and this is like a little brainwave I had on my drive to London today, and maybe this is like a really dumb idea, but I just kind of got thinking about our calls every Thursday night, and like they're just great for sharing information and whatnot. But what like my goal is for you guys to all become leaders as well. Like providing you guys are wanting to advance your business and get to diamond, which I know most of you on here do want. Like really, if you're jumping on the call, you probably do want to, you know, do something with this. Except for Jessica, she's like, what did I get myself into? So what I was thinking, and it's sort of going to be like if you want to do it or not, but I was thinking every once in a while, maybe one of you guys could do the call on Thursday night. And Kate, you're next. No, I'm kidding. So this like should not.
As soon as you said I had a brainwave, I was like, she's gonna make us do the calls. I knew it was coming. You should have wrote it on a sign.
You should have logged off. Quick laugh.
What? Yes. Peace out. Yes. Yes.
So just hear me.
I feel like I signed up at the wrong time if that's coming.
Yeah. So Jessica, you're gonna do next week. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So I think because we all have really valuable information, whether you think you do or not, I think there's something that you know or that you're doing or that maybe you want to start doing. Because when I am looking for like material to do about these calls, like my last 2 calls that I did, I thought were really good calls, like about the whole avatar and challenge groups. Well, the reason why I did those calls is because I was looking to improve my challenge groups. So I wanted to do a little bit of research on YouTube. So then of course I share it with you guys. And I thought the whole avatar thing was just really helpful as far as us knowing who we're talking to. So I went on YouTube and watched like Bonnie Engel do a call on it, and I wrote down notes, and then I just did the call for you guys. So that's all it really was. But when I am doing that, I am learning so much. Like I am taking away a ton of information in order for me to do the calls for you guys. So it's not like I'm just giving you guys all this information. It's kind of selfish because I'm getting a ton out of the prep that goes into doing this call, and even doing the call, I'm like learning stuff, right? So I started thinking like, I want you guys to get that benefit as well. Like, I think it's so important. And, you know, when Amy and Brian asked me to do a team call for them, like months and months ago, I was like crapping my pants because I was so nervous, like so nervous. But it was also like really kind of exciting in like a nauseous sort of I'm gonna vomit kind of way. But
I was just thinking, should we go get our buckets now?
Yeah, definitely. But it like gave me so much confidence, right? And it made me think like, I actually do have something that I can share. I have something valuable that I can help other coaches with. And you guys all do too. Like there's something that you guys have learned since you started as a coach that you could probably share with us. And who cares if we already know it, because you're going to tell it in a different way. And even if it is something we know so well, it doesn't matter. The confidence that you'll get from just doing it is like invaluable. And I think that is the best way. Like I'm always trying to think, how can I kind of uplift you guys and make, instead of you guys just kind of like being in the shadows, you need to like come up and be a leader, even if you don't even have a team. So it's just about building that confidence. So I think it would be super cool if, you know, maybe once a month or twice a month, someone else sort of did the call. I just think it would be really, really cool. And what all that involves is you just sort of thinking about what it is that you maybe want to improve on, or maybe something that you think you're really good at. Like if you think you're really good at, I don't know, like recruiting coaches, or like maybe you hit Success Club last month, you want to talk about how you did that. Or like if you've been like changing how you're inviting people and you want to share that with us, or just something. And all it takes is for you to either just like make a few notes about what it is you've been doing, or go to YouTube and search a topic like inviting, or hitting Success Club, or recruiting coaches, or getting a new coach started right. What's your process? Just like watching a video on that and basically just writing down the keynotes, making it your own. And it's not like you need to practice this for days and days. Like, just spend like 30 minutes and then you could do the call. And maybe it's a 10-minute call, maybe it's an hour call. It doesn't matter. But I think it would be a really cool way for you guys to sort of grow as leaders. And the sooner you can start becoming a leader, the better for like yourself in everyday life and for your business. And it's sort of one of those scary things to do, but this is like a super safe environment. It's not like we're going to go over to Team Fitmeek and do a big call there, right? Like, I don't even have to record it. Maybe there'll just be like 5 of us on here, but it's a safe environment. So does anybody want to do one next week? Or you can message me. If anyone like wants to volunteer, then I would love to like, for you guys.
We volunteer.
I think I remember Sonia volunteering me when Megan was gone away for a team call. So I think that this is a good time for me to volunteer Sonia.
That's true.
Well, I was just going to suggest.
I have a
I was
question,
just
Megan.
going to suggest maybe our first diamond coach there, Elaine.
I second that.
If someone didn't want to be running the call, could we have co-chairs? Like, could 2 people run a call?
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're getting at, Jessica, and I like this. Yeah, Jessica and Kate, you're up next.
Oh, no. No, I'm not volunteering. I'm saying I'm offering a positive suggestion to help people be more comfortable.
Yes, that's a great idea. Yeah, Jessica and Kate, you guys try that out.
Just be prepared to be fully entertained. That's all I'm going to say.
And maybe have
I've been
like
at this
some
for
musical
4 days, and
numbers.
I'm really terrible at it. So no doubt you will get a lot of information that will be of great value to you.
Do you guys think that's a good idea, though? Like,
Yes.
okay. Because I think it's important that we all share things, and we just all have something we can share, everybody.
Plus, like you said, we're eventually all going to be leaders, so we're going to have to get some practice. We might as well practice around ourselves.
Exactly. Yeah.
Push us out of our comfort zones a bit.
Yeah, but that's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally good. And I mean, I'm not gonna ask anyone to do this if you don't want to do it. I would never make you do that. So, except for you, Kate.
Fine, I'll do it.
You're gonna do next week?
Sure.
Okay.
No
Yes.
problem.
Great.
Way to go, Kate.
Awesome. Okay, Kate's up next week.
Prepared to be dazzled.
I am so prepared.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll be amazed at how you feel after. Like, you're gonna feel like a rock star. You will.
Do some coke.
You're going to set the bar up pretty high.
No doubt. Yeah.
There you go. And think of the post you can make about it, right? You're doing
Think about it.
call tonight. Like, hello,
Yeah.
post alert.
Yeah. I do it for the likes.
Okay, well, does anybody have anything else to say? This got a lot. I was going to keep this 30 minutes tonight. That didn't happen. Okay, well, good night, everybody. And I'm sure we'll talk.
Saturday.
See you Saturday.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
See ya.